Hi, we are missing Henry. How was the show yesterday? You have 38 songs. It's amazing. You have a record.
Yeah, second place at the Belly for longest songs, outed by an Oingo Boingo.
Oingo Boingo tribute band.
Yeah, Oingo Boingo tribute band played 55, but we played 38 songs last night.
Yeah, and how was the show? And how was the complete the all musicians to complete everything? How was to complete everything?
I mean, well, it was a long night, but absolutely a successful evening.
Well, as Jody would say,
Yeah, I mean, I think the night turned out to be really great. We have been rehearsing for a while, and a lot of different guests came through. You know, us as a unit are always rehearsing, always playing together, and we're tight. So there's always kind of an unknown kind of magic that happens when you bring in all sorts of different artists that all have their different styles and things like that. And so not only were these other artists kind of playing with us, but we would have multiple artists, and so everyone kind of mingling together and kind of working together, improvising on the fly, and it was a blast. And as Blake would say,
man, yeah, it was a long show.
Yeah.
And it's the first time we've done any show since a month ago. We did our original set, which is 45, and then a month later you're doing 3 hours. The songs are pretty complicated too for the most part, so it was definitely fun by the seat of our pants and definitely giving our honest, earnest effort. But it was really cool. I think everybody was shining. All of our guests were super stoked. You could tell they were playing their butts off, and the audience was really, really, really receptive. They were so stoked and so surprised, I guess. I know that's the way they looked, and people singing along, and everyone like singing obscure songs and singing the hits and stuff. And so that was really, really cool. By that regard, it was a success no matter what happened. No broken strings.
No broken strings.
No gear failed.
No gear failed.
So we win. Yeah. Channels, you want to say anything about the show last night?
Nailed it. Nailed it.
So how long time do you prepare the show?
Well, we started rehearsing for this show after our Music Box record release, which was October 20th this year. So literally the day after we met up and we started like, all right, now let's get ready for the last waltz, which that gave us about a month and change, so about a month and less than a month and a half. And we did a pretty vigorous rehearsal schedule. Maybe we did 10 rehearsals. I can't even, I've kind of lost count of it, but we would do about 10-hour days from basically from 10 to 8. And then arriving in between, arriving a little earlier, setting up, and then, getting done at 8, and then talking about how it went, and then everyone goes home, and then show up the next day. So yeah, and for 38 songs, a lot of them we'd already played before. We did this show in 2017 for the first time, which for us was a very big mountain to climb and was terrifying. And this one was terrifying in its own different ways. Different kind of nerves kicked in. Just more, I think, playing with people we'd never played with before.
And that is difficult. And that was difficult.
It was just it wasn't difficult playing with them. It was the unknown of what are these people gonna do. This year was the most diverse cast of characters we've worked with, where we had like Xander Sloss, who is just a total unique individual and character, and like Mark Ford, who is former guitarist in the Black Crowes. It was we did one rehearsal with him, and then it was like, all right, well, I'll see you on stage. No sound check, no dress rehearsal. It was just like, all right, we're gonna grab him. Okay, everyone feel good about that? Okay, well, I'll see you on stage. And literally
Okay.
plugged in his amp, played, and then he got off stage.
Well, that's
and
how I
then,
met
then
him.
he left.
It was the first time I ever met the guy. It was like on that last night. Like, hi.
Really?
Yeah, that's the first time I ever. Seen him.
And it's a very experience, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
how do you feel about it?
I mean, it feels great. It felt great to play with Mark. Chad here has toured with Mark Ford. Chad, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah, I met Mark quite a number of years ago. We hit the road, and I was very honored to got to be his drummer for about, I think it was like 6 or 9 weeks. It was a long tour. And his son Elijah, I played music with him at the time too. Got to play in both bands for the whole tour. And built a really great relationship with him. And yeah, we just reached out and asked if he wanted to be a part of it. He was happy to do it. He's a great guy. Love him. Rip him.
Would you like to repeat again the experiences?
Second.
Do you would you like to repeat the experience?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think every guest in the past and what we did last night, we would always want to play with them again. I personally think it's an honor to play with them as much as they're probably stoked to be a part of the show. And so anytime we get to play with other artists, it's just a great experience. Absolutely want to do it again.
Okay. Do you have plans to tour show with these guests?
The guests.
To tour
With the
a
guests?
show with these
yeah,
guys?
with all guests yesterday. Do you have plans?
Not necessarily plans for
You could
that.
be.
We do. I mean, we would love to. I mean, hey, if everyone's available, that'd be great. But we do have plans to and a goal to tour the show. We look at opportunity to be able to work with more guests. What's great about the show is it's an open platform to work with different artists and various artists. You know, we could go to San Francisco and there might be a renowned accordion player in that town or a renowned singer or songwriter that, hey, we want to do the Neil Young set with somebody, and hey, this person's in town. Or we go to LA and Beck's in town and Beck wants to go join us, or whatever. Or we go to London and Eric Clapton wants to do the Eric Clapton set. We want to in 2022 and onward find a time to be able to take it on the road and start reaching out, start meeting people in other places. That's the great thing about the show we found, is that the 2 times we've done it, it's bringing all these different people together who some of them have met each other, some of them have never met each other, but everybody at the end of it is hugging and is friends and everyone's talking. We had last night Jack Tempchin, who was he wrote the song Peaceful Easy Feeling with the Eagles. He also co-wrote Already Gone. He was an Eagles co-writer.
6, 7, 10.
Yeah, just hits that, you
Yeah.
you probably have heard at some point in your life. And he was there the whole night, literally just talking, playing on his guitar, the beagling. He was there till we were loading out our gear at the end. And
Strumming and
Just-
singing the whole time.
so, we look for the opportunity to continue to widen the circle, grow the experience, and absolutely want to take that on the road.
In the personal, which one your plans to the future? You have a record to the opera rock, right?
We do. Yeah, we've got a lot of things. We got a lot of things going. We put on different superhero outfits, and then we go out and we, fight our crimes, solve the crimes and the mysteries, and then go back to the next one.
Solve some crimes, start some crimes.
Yes. Create some mysteries.
Solve them.
Also, we do. We have a rock opera that's called Keep On Rising, and the first act is out right now. It's available on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple, on Amazon, and we have 2 other parts that are going to come out next year. And that of the many things on our plate, that's our original music that we're very, very proud of, and the record that we did basically recorded over the span of a year in 2020 to 2021.
You have plans to go to Mexico City?
We'd love to. Yeah, the plan is to go to Mexico City.
Have you ever there in Mexico?
Never been there.
Did you know bands of Mexico?
We know some. We know we know of some bands. We're actually friends with a band called San Pedro El Cortez, which is great.
Those guys are gnarly.
Yeah, really cool band. They're based out of Tijuana, right? But don't know any bands in Mexico City. But I know there's a great, amazing art scene. I'm sure amazing music scene.
Have you ever gone to the concerts to bands in USA, to the Mexicans? Mexican bands?
Mexican bands in the USA. I have. I've seen groups rock en español like Lele and Maná.
Especially in San Diego, we get quite a lot. Like, it's a border town, so we always have. I think there's lots of bands in San Diego that live in Mexico and perform here, and people in San Diego perform down here. So yeah, it's kind of a melting pot for that.
What do you think about the audience, Mexican audience? You are a great band, and actually I talk about with another media guys, and you are a big band in Mexico. You will be a big band in Mexico. I think
That's
so.
great
That's
news.
great. Yeah, that's great news.
What else is
Yeah, you
happening in
have
the
to go
world?
to Mexico, right?
Yeah. No, we'd love to go, and we look at it as a great. So thus far, we welcome a receptive audience
Yeah,
and an
if
audience
there's
that's there
ears
to
and
experience.
smiles.
Yeah, ears and smiles.
We'll be
There's
there.
nothing we love more than looking out and seeing ears and smiles.
Eyes
and,
too. The rest of the face.
Yeah.
Okay, and actually to the end, because we have a short time, just tell ID to the radio station. Hi, I Grita Radio, and you are listening.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You can say Scream Radio. It's the same.
What is the
Scream Radio is Grita Radio.
Scream Radio?
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay.
It's a great
You
name.
can say Scream Radio.
Gotcha.
Okay, let me see. Okay.